Okay, I have an idea, everyone. Let's go home and write a poem of our own. Then, next time we meet, we'll all share them with each other, just like last year. How does that sound?
Sierra's into it. Everyone else is like, eh.
Yeah, let's do it! So, Hallie, what do you think about joining our club?
Monica gives me a warm smile, but I can't help but get lost in thought. Will I really have a good time in this club? I've already went over that this won't interrupt my free time at home at all. I wouldn't mind having a few more friends, but do I really want to be in a club with Natsuki? First impressions mean a lot, but then there's also Sayori, Monica, and Yuri. Those three have been friendly towards me. So one strike out of the bunch shouldn't be that bad. Majority rules, right? But what was that one quote about the bad apple?
Hallie, you there?
I am suddenly brought back to reality after Sayori tapped on my shoulder. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to space out. I better make eye contact with Monica right now. She is the club president and all. Yes, I would like to join. Y'all seem like a nice bunch. I flash a smile towards Monica as she does the same.
Then that makes it official. Welcome to the Literature Club.
I instinctively bring my left hand to the back of my head. Heh, thanks.
Okay, everyone. I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignment.
Who's gonna take care of the makeshift table of desks we made?
Hallie, how do you express yourself?
What? Oh yeah, of course.
Our meeting is dismissed now. The other members will clean up the mess here. We got this.
She then proceeds to give me a thumbs up. That's nice of her. Oh, that arm does not match. that is not a good match at all. Monica's point of view, 3:57 p.m. Okay, Monica, I'll see you another time. And that's us in this mod. That's what we look like. Bye-bye. Bye, me.
Okay, that turned out a little better than I thought. By the time that Hallie's completely gone, Yuri starts taking care of the tea set while Sayori and Natsuki are rearranging the desks from their makeshift table.
I like that there's little green ribbons on the box so we can tell who the heck we are even afterward.
My eyes are stuck on Yuri taking care of the tea set for a bit. Then they dart over to Sayori, who seems to be finished with what she was doing.
Whatever she was doing, even we don't know.
I then clear my throat to get everyone's attention. Everyone, gather round. I've got something to ask. Everyone looks at me with faces full of questions. Monica, what's going on? What do you guys think of Hallie being in the club? Everyone looks over to me like I said something wrong, especially Natsuki. Why should I tell you about how I feel about him? Well, doesn't he seem a little different? Monica, everyone is different in their own way, and Hallie seems to be no exception. That is, from what little I have seen thus far. So I'm guessing you're not opposed to him, right, Yuri? Well, no. I'll remain optimistic about this. I never really hear Yuri talk about optimism. I can't tell whether it's pleasant or disturbing. What about you, Natsuki? I don't know him very well. He's probably just like every other weirdo in this school. Monica, it's not like you to worry this much. If we set a good example for him, I'm sure things will run smoothly around here. You're right, Sayori. I'm glad we have a new member and all, but I'm worried about what will happen in the future. I've seen how Hallie reacted to Natsuki today, and it didn't look very promising. The best thing we can do is be ourselves around him and show him who we really are. Natsuki looks over at Sayori, probably thinking, keep your mouth shut, while Yuri is smiling slightly over what she said. Well, thanks for your time, everyone. Meet back here the same time tomorrow, like always. After the girls said their goodbyes, I walk over to the teacher's desk with no apostrophe and grab some papers and the classroom keys. We now have a special needs classmate in our club. This is going to be one hell of a year.
Oh, that's no attitude to have, Monica. Come on. Hallie's point of view, 3:57 p.m. Time work. Backwards. First, we just stepped out of the room. Leave the club room to start my journey home. I can't help but feel accomplished. I'm actually in a school club now. I can share a hobby of mine with others now. Walking out of the school campus and into the courtyard shows various students idling about, along with red and yellow trees, swaying slightly in the wind. Don't mind that they're all green in the BG. BGs are never accurate. The environment is a little different due to me walking home nearly an hour later than usual, but it's nothing I can't get used to. The autumn breeze and the smell of freshly cut grass feels quite pleasant and overall adds to the good mood I have going on. Maybe me being in a club will help with my future somehow. Mom and Dad will be so proud now that I'm part of... I stop dead in my tracks and stare at a tree that's in front of me. Mom, Dad, it's been lonely without you two. I wish you were still here. I miss you so. Shaking my head to get out of the trance I was just in, I force myself to keep on walking home. Minutes pass and my mind begins to wander, mainly thinking about what Monica said. What did Monica say at the end of the day? No, seriously, what was it? I'm sure I'll think of it later. Next, an image of Natsuki making her humph face pops into my mind. Yeah, that's the one. She said she likes manga, but I don't know, man. She shouted too much today. Sayori's smiling face shows up next. Sayori, eh? I knew she was a people person, but I didn't expect her to be in a club like this one. Go figure. She's pretty cool, though. Then Yuri's small smile appears in my mind. Yuri. How have I never interacted with her until today? She's so pretty, and she even made tea for all of us today. Not a lot of people in school are that nice to me. I think she said something about how books take her to another world or something. What if I brought one of my books in for her? Looking up to the sky, I can't help but smile at the thought of Yuri accepting one of my books. Yeah, that's a great idea. My dad always told me to choose my friends wisely, and I think Yuri will be just fine. Looking back down below, I could care less about my surroundings right now. Thanks, Dad! With the anticipation and excitement of the thought of sharing one of my favorite books with someone else, I then begin running home. I'm almost there anyways. I'm feeling a bit tired after all that running, but I made it. Entering the domain I call home, I lock the door behind me. Once I'm in, I quickly place my backpack on the couch. Turning around to face my stairs, I head up to my room to change clothes. Hey, they added a window to his bedroom. Once I'm in, I take off my school uniform and switch into some more normal clothes. My school uniform is a little bit stuffy, which I don't mind. It keeps me comfy, even when the temperatures drop, but sometimes it's a bit restricting. After switching into jeans and a t-shirt, I leave my room and make my way over to the TV in the living room. My parents bought a record player when I was little, and it still works to this day. Truly amazing. The first record I see in our stack of them is one of my favorite heavy metal vinyls that I recently picked up. Once I take it out of the case, it gets placed on the player and I set the needle on the vinyl. I can't help but feel more happy as soon as the sounds of one of my favorite songs starts playing. I know this song. Crap. My mind is blanking. It's... Oh, this is, Porky Means Business, but it's a remix. Yeah! I can't help but feel more... Yeah. Walking over to the freezer, I grab a frozen pizza and begin tearing off the single-use plastic wrapping to prepare for dinner time. Several minutes later, the oven beeps as loud as it was programmed to, telling me that pizza is done. Alright, it's hungry food time. This will make homework go by much easier. Carefully taking the pizza out of the oven and allowing some time for it to cool off, I happily dig in and then return to my homework in front of me. Luckily, there wasn't too much today, just my least favorite subject of all time. History. I like how the music is picked up just as we reached his least favorite subject. I don't think I'll be able to use it in my future. My future. It all seems a little bit scary. What am I going to do after high school? I'm not totally sure what career path I'd like to go on. I wonder if Mom and Dad will help with that. Maybe they'll help me get on disability or something. Maybe they'll help with getting me a job. Who knows? Speaking of which, I still can't remember what Monica said. You just hate to have that happen. What are the chances that it'll shoot? Wait, what? Hang on. Where'd the music go? Shoot. I skipped some text because it's doing that thing again. I know what that means. Pushing myself away from the kitchen table, I get up and walk over to the record player. Grabbing the vinyl and flipping over, I don't quite place the needle on it yet. The stack of records catches my attention for a bit, especially one called Select Songs from Sega. You know, I find it a little strange that you have vinyls of video game music. Just throwing that out there. Man, my parents bought this when I was little, and it's still in somewhat decent shape. Mom and Dad used to play this quite often back then. Maybe another time, friend. After giving it some thought, Maybe it's best that I get some reading done before bedtime. Playing music probably isn't the smartest idea right now. Not before bedtime, at least. That being said, I make my way towards the stairs and walk up to my bedroom. Upon entering my room, I remembered something I thought of earlier today. Maybe if I bring one of my books. Yeah! Where is it? God, this song's familiar to me too, but I don't quite remember what it was. Crap. I'll tell you if it jumps to my mind. Approaching my bookshelf, it only took a few seconds to find the book I was looking for. Ah, here it is. Ellie, the Jungle's Savior. I really hope she'll like this one. Book in hand, running downstairs from where my backpack is. I open it up and place the book in it. My hands begin to fidget a little bit out of excitement. That doesn't last for long. I think I've done everything down here I need for the night. Walking back upstairs to my room, I change into the proper clothes for bedtime, grab the book from my bookshelf that I have been reading lately, and hop in bed to read for a little bit. It doesn't take long for the words in front of me to not make sense anymore as I get lost in thought. I know I already said it, but I hope Gary likes the book I bring in for her. It would also be nice to get to know her a little better. We'll see what happens. No, I'm totally spacing on what that song was. I can't help you. Chapter 2. Start of Something New. Oh. I wonder how many chapters. Wednesday, October 6th, 6:45 a.m. Ugh. Frick, I don't want to wake up. Relatable. Dang, this came way too early. After shutting off my alarm, I'm tempted to fall back asleep, but I know that wouldn't be wise. Better get up and take a shower then. My morning routine is pretty usual. Wake up, shower, get dressed, then breakfast time. Breakfast time. Opening the cupboard, I see a box of cereal in plain sight. Oh hell yeah, corn pops. Grabbing the box, I open the fridge, take the milk, grab a bowl that didn't come from the fridge, and sit down. Cereal first, then milk, in that order. Commence eating. Munch, munch, munch. Gotta have my pops. Pops. Dad. Oh, he's flashing back again. No, stop it! This is breakfast time, not sad time. That was an oddly blocky screen wipe. After that, breakfast goes by relatively quickly, but one bowl never seems like enough. I'm always really hungry around lunchtime, but if I eat more than one bowl for breakfast, then I'll feel sick on the walk to school. I don't know which is the lesser of the two evils, so I may as well stick to routine. Making sure to lock the door on the way out, I start my walk to school. Alright. The walk there is usually pretty uneventful. Avoiding people and not making eye contact has pretty much become second nature. If I don't bother them, they won't bother me, right? No news is good news, as my dad always said. No news is just no news, and sometimes it's actually bad news, but it's whatever. Approaching the school's entrance, everything is pretty normal so far. That is, until I start making my way to my locker. Hey, someone said. Huh? Who said that? I'd like to know too. I look around to see who said that. Oh, it's Wallace. What voice do I want to give Wallace? Were your parents related before they were married? No, that sounds about right. The sounds of laughter from a few students fill the hallway as I realize who said that. God damn it, Wallace, leave me alone. Best to ignore him. Wallace, this dumb idiot. He used to be a somewhat decent person. All throughout this school year, he's been unnecessarily vexing and somewhat stuck up. There's really no need for it. You would think his dad would do something about him, seeing as he's the principal and all. However, I've seen no kind of authoritative action being taken against him. Whatever, let's just get today over with. At my locker, I unlock and open it up along with my backpack. The moment I see the book from my bedroom, for some reason I almost read that as boredom. It just kind of had a freaking dyslexic moment. A smile appears on my face. Now that's something to look forward to. That being said, it's time to get to my first class. 2:55 p.m. Here I am trying to finish the algebra assignment that was given to us today so that it doesn't interfere with my time at home too much. Today was quite the drag. Nothing too eventful happened. I happened to see Natsuki at one point in time in the hallways earlier today. It made me remember back to yesterday when she told us she reads manga. Maybe I should try talking to her today. Maybe I'll get to find out. What? Oh good, class is over. With that, I hastily stuff my homework in my bag. Pardon me. Quickly getting up and leaving the classroom, I make my way to the clubroom. I'm surprisingly not too anxious when I approach and open the clubroom door. It seems like everyone is here. Dots. Wait. Does that mean I'm the last one here? Of course I am. Hopefully Monica won't be too upset. It doesn't take long for Monica to get up from the teacher's desk and walk over to me.
Hi again, Hallie. Glad to see you didn't run away on us. Ha ha ha.
Not ah ha ha, just ha ha ha. No. The idea of running away from this group this early on just doesn't seem right. I wouldn't dare. This might be a little different for me, but I'm happy to be here.
Oh, that's good. At least some...
Why did she say that last part less loudly? Oh well. I wonder if it's still all shrunk in like the history. Yes, it is. You cannot read that. Return. Oh well. I turn to my right to see if I can spot Natsuki anywhere. But Yuri is blocking my vision.
Thanks for showing up again, Hallie. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you. But you mentioned you're somewhat accustomed to literature.
Ah, it's no problem.
Oh, come on! Like he deserves any slack. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what, but if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it.
Could you just... Monica then interrupts.
Natsuki, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in the clubroom.
The frustration on Natsuki's face is so real I think I can see some wrinkles. Wait, why am I looking for them?
Manga is literature!
Can somebody turn the volume knob on or down on this girl? Wait, was I right then yesterday? Bye, Natsuki. Natsuki storms off to the closet. Sayori then shows up beside Yuri, opposite of where Natsuki was.
Oh, hi, Hallie!
Sayori's friendly attitude is quite refreshing. Ah, hello, Sayori. Back to the red bow, it looks like.
Yeah, I wanted to go back to my old one. Are you excited for your first real day of the club?
You mean yesterday wasn't real? Yeah, I suppose. I have a general idea of what I want to do today.
Well, that's good. I think Yuri may have brought you something today. Wait, Sayori?
No way. Oh, you did?
Not really.
Sayori seems to find amusement in this, as her expression seems to be more mischievous.
Don't be shy.
Maybe a little positivity will help? I won't judge Yuri.
Sayori made it sound like a big deal when it's not. What do I do?
The curiosity is killing me. I want to know what she could have brought in. But it seems like a good first step would be to make Yuri feel better. No need to worry. I think that's very considerate of you to bring something like this in for me. I'm certain I'll like whatever you got.
Alright. Well, here.
Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book.
I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep you...
She didn't want me to feel left out. This is amazing. But does she know what that feels like, too? I take the book she gave me and put it inside my backpack. Next, I pull out the book I brought to present to her. Well, Yuri, great minds think alike, as they say, because I brought a book from home that I thought you would like. I enthusiastically hand her my book.
Oh, thank you, Hallie. You didn't have to do that. I'll definitely give it a read sometime.
It's usually hard to figure out what someone means by sometime. They could be genuine, or they could be using that word just to get you off their back and never participate in what the word was associated with. It's true! Lord only knows that that's happened to me way too many times, and it's disappointing every time it happens. My eyes drift over to Sayori for a split second. Is she blushing? That's not important. Sayori then walks over to the southwest corner of the clubroom near Monica at the teacher's desk. Maybe I'll talk with her at a later time.
Earlier, there you go. You can read the book I gave you at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think.
Oh? Yuri must be talking about the book she gave me. It'd only be fair to check it out at some point in time. Understood. I then give her a friendly nod, and she walks over to the exact center of the classroom and takes a seat.